Hey everybody, Sinister Lex here, and today is an update on our Upwork from Scratch series. Alright guys, so I just wanted to hop in with a little bit of an update on the Upwork from Scratch series. This is the third video. The first video was me deleting my account, getting set up, and starting over from scratch. The second video was about my second proposal. And that's not even the one I want to talk about. Yesterday's video was all about that. It was about an hour and 7 minutes long. It was really long, but it took you through my entire thought process. But I want to backtrack a little bit. I want to go back to day one. I want to go back to the first proposal. If you guys remember, if you watched the video, then you saw in there where I said that I shot off a proposal the first day. I didn't tell you much about that. I didn't go into any details about it. It was kind of a last minute thing. I saw it, I was browsing Upwork. I just searched through the jobs real quickly later that evening after I set up my profile, after it was signed up. So I didn't have anything in my profile yet, and that's what's important about this. If you are not following me on the Fastlane forum, it's no problem. I know some of you are just watching me on YouTube, so that's why I'm making this video. I already posted about this over there. Some of you guys already know about this, but I want to talk about it a little more in a little bit more detail and about the opportunity on the other side of this thing, because we didn't really get into that. So here's kind of a breakdown of what happened. I shot off a proposal that very first night. There was nothing in my profile. The only thing that was in my Upwork profile was 3-paragraph bio that was required to sign up, and it was just some bullshit I made up on the spot. And then there was a little bit of education. My one education piece was in there, and then my one work history piece was in there. No tests, no social proof, no portfolio pieces, none of that stuff. There was no reason anyone should hire me over the next copywriter in there at all whatsoever. So that means the only thing someone who would even consider me would have to go on is my application, my proposal. Whatever I said in that proposal was the only thing. Anyway, I browsed through the jobs real quickly. I searched through there, and I found a job that stood out to me, and I just had to go at it. I was like, you know what? Screw it. It's day one. I'm just gonna jump right into this thing. So I jumped in and I applied, and I made a custom tailored application for that guy. And actually, that one didn't even last me as long as my normal applications do, because it was pretty late at night. But I made the application and I blasted it off. And what happened the next day? What transpired the next day happened actually right after. I think it was right after I finished up the video, right after I finished up showing you guys how I apply this stuff, or just my general thought process. I opened up Upwork and I had a message in there, and it was from that client that I applied to. So I sent off one proposal, just one. I had nothing, no proof whatsoever of what I could do or who I was or anything like that. I sent off one proposal and I got one response. One proposal, one response. So what does that tell us? That says that even if you're brand new to Upwork, then you can still get clients to respond. So if you're not getting clients to respond, the problem isn't Upwork, the problem isn't saturation, and you're full of shit if that's what you think. I just proved it true. Now, let's go into the more important aspect of this. What happened next? So I got this response. Now I had to respond back to them. I didn't have the job yet, right? I did not have the job yet, but I had their attention. And that is the first step in copywriting's process of AIDA: attention, interest, desire, action. Attention is the first thing you got to do. I got their attention. They responded to me. They wanted to know more. They wanted to know what I could do. What are my prices? If I could help them with social media, whatever. It was like ate some popcorn earlier, and it's like kind of like got in my tooth. I hate that. You ever had that? Like you eat some popcorn and it's like stuck down in your gums. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. So I had their attention. And now I wanted to make sure that I could get them to take the next step. I want more and more commitment. I want them to move forward with me. We want forward momentum, guys. So what did I do? I didn't go ahead and start pitching them prices. Even though they asked me about my prices, first I asked them what they needed. I tried to figure out, what do they actually need? What are you guys actually working on, so that I can make sure that I can actually do the job? Now, whenever I found out what they were working on, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I can help you with that. Now what am I going to do? What is the next step in us moving forward is for me to get them to do something with me. We need to be working together. So I offered a free sample. I said, hey, I'll write up a couple samples for you tonight, and I will send them over to you. And if you like them, then we'll move forward. Then we will work together, right? Makes sense. If you like my stuff, we'll work together. If not, we'll go our separate ways. Beyond that, I said it's going to be $2 for this. $2 per post. That's all I offered. I said $2 because I want to work with companies who are making a dent in the world. By the way, I left this part out up until now, but this company was on Shark Tank and got to deal with 2 sharks. That's an important piece of information. Why? Because it says there's opportunity beyond just my $2 post here. Duh. I'm not out here just to make freaking $2 per post and make $6 per week. But anyway, we'll get into that in just a second. So I made this offer and I said, we'll do this sample thing, and if you like it, you can stick around, we'll work together. If not, we'll go our separate ways. The next day, I sent off my sample pieces. That would be this morning. I sent my samples over, and the client looked them over and was like, well, let me just show you their response. Or wherever I put it. So yeah, what you guys are seeing right now is their response. I'm going to go ahead and let you read that. But basically what it says is, you're awesome. You delivered great value. You looked into our company. You found out who we are and captured our voice and style. And then you sent us this awesome piece of work. And then they said, so we want to send you $30 for these 5 pieces that you sent us of free stuff. All right, guys. So what I want you to take away from this is, first of all, 1, I offered to do this work for free and now I'm getting paid for it. 2, I offered that when we start actual paid work, that it would only be $2 per post. But they're paying me $30 for these 5 free posts. Now that is more than $5 per post. So I would do it for $2 per post. They're paying me $5 plus per post because I over-delivered. I created value. I was helpful for them. I gave them something they wanted and needed. Now, what other opportunities are there here? I want to get into this. This is the most important part, guys. This is the single most important thing you can take away from this video and from Upwork. $2 post, even if we do it for $2, even if we do it for $1, this client is worth it to me. Why? Because I looked at them, I made sure that it was the kind of client I want to work with. First of all, they're a good client. They're someone who is going to be easy for me to work with. But there's another element here. I don't care about low budget stuff when I'm first starting out on Upwork. I'm looking for opportunity, and this is what opportunity looks like. I've got someone who got a deal, someone who has built a multi-million-dollar company that got a deal on Shark Tank, and from 2 sharks, Mark Cuban and Barbara Corcoran. So what does that mean? You've got me right here, you've got this company right here, and then on the other side of that company, you've got Mark Cuban and Barbara Corcoran, right? So I am one person away, and one person away from connecting with sharks. And my goal isn't even to connect with sharks. That's not anything, that's not even in my mind right now. It is, I'm talking about it. That would be really cool, but I'm just trying to position it for you, the big picture, to show you guys what kind of opportunity is on Upwork, and anyone who says there's no opportunity there is full of shit. So me, the company, and then sharks, and Shark Tank, and all that stuff. So what happens next? What's the next step? I'm doing this, let's say I do it for $1 or I do it for $2, and I'm in here and I start working with them and they like my post, and now I'm learning about how this business works from the inside. I'm learning about their processes. I'm learning how they do things and how they grew this multi-million-dollar company. I'm getting them to pay me for mentorship, and I'm just absorbing the knowledge from them so that I can just have that knowledge as an entrepreneur. That's really important for me, right? And as I do that, I'm also going to be asking them questions. I'm going to be looking for other opportunities. How can I help them grow their business? How can I make their processes better? How can I make them more money? Why is this important? Because when I'm making them money, I am also making who money? Not me. Yes, I'm making a tiny little bit. I'm making Sharks money. If I'm making this company money, I'm making Sharks company. I'm making Mark Cuban and Barbara Corcoran money. And that's important because if I do really good and I'm asking these really great questions and I'm the first freelancer these people have ever worked with, and then they turn around and they go to Mark or they go to Barbara and they're like, man, you guys will not believe what's on Upwork. I went on Upwork, I found this freelancer, he's the greatest thing that's ever happened in our business. He has grown us like crazy, he's just transformed our copy, he's transformed our social stuff, and people are engaging with us like crazy. Our sales have gone through the roof. And then all of a sudden, Mark Cuban and Barbara Corcoran are like, that is just wild, that is really crazy. And they can look at the numbers, they can see what's going on. If things are going good, then they're like here's a thought bomb, guys. Mark Cuban and Barbara Corcoran, how many companies are they invested in? How many? I want you to think about that. How many companies are those 2 sharks invested in? How many companies did they have that also need copywriting? One proposal, guys. One proposal got me in the door, and it's all because of my mindset. It's not because Upwork is saturated, I couldn't get jobs. I got jobs because of my mindset. I didn't have anything in my profile. So now I'm one step away from sharks. If I do good for them, they might tell them, they might come back and be like, holy crap, you did such awesome work for this one company that we're invested in. We want you to work for us and for our other companies. And now what does that tell you? What does that say? Now all of a sudden, I'm the copywriter who works with sharks. Make sense? That's a big freaking deal, because when you can start using words like Shark Tank in your profile and your applications and things like that, you can get any client to work with you that you want, because you have ridiculous amounts of social proof and credibility. And that is why people come to me, because I know how to create those things. I'm not just here to write copy. I'm not just here to rack up a few hours. I'm not just here to charge you a high freaking price and take all your money. I'm here to get in the door and see what opportunities are there that we can create together, and then find ways to help us both grow, because that benefits everyone. So that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. I just want to share that opportunity with you, because the opportunity is massive, and anybody who says there's no opportunity on Upwork, you shouldn't go there, you should avoid it like the plague, is freaking stupid, and they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. That's all I got for this one, guys. Subscribe down below if you want to see more. Drop me a like if you liked anything in this video. I'm Sinister Lex. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.